All right, welcome to another championship game. This time, the rematch of the rematch.
Tunay na rematch of the rematch.
These are exciting times and these are the exciting games. Of course, palarong pambansa. They also had the chance to meet right here. And it was ATENEO de Davao who turned out to be victorious on those two occasions. But this is going to tell us a different story, a brand new story. Benji Santiago, Coach Anton de los Reyes seeing the action for the first quarter. Handshake.
Wala pa yung handshake. But, let's start with St. Roberts.
18 under to.
Yep, 18 under, winning against San Felipe in their matchup in the semifinals, 49-45. Kyle Sardon, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Tinulungan siya dyan. John Elijah Rose, 13.7 rebounds and 1 assist. Yun yung sinabi mong kailangan ng tulong.
Yes.
And John Elijah answering that call for Coach John.
So right now, 2-0 para sa ATENEO de Davao. So far, they have still yet to lose a game, huh?
Unblemished, undefeated ang ATENEO de Davao, winning against DN Steel 47-30. Aldama, 11 points, 1 assist. John Sanoria, 8 points with 2 of those via slam dunks.
Score tied at 2-all. ATENEO de Davao came up empty in the last possession, in that previous possession. As we take a look at St. Roberts, Kyle Sardon. Di maubos-ubos ang baon nito.
Kailangan daw out of town. And, wide open was Kyle on that right wing 3.
Meantime, ito naman ang ATENEO de Davao. They got 9 on their shot clock. How about this guy? Gagana rin.
Sinagot niya.
Kaya nga.
John Peregrino was absent during that game against DNC. When I say absent, didn't score as much. But here, starting early with that mid-range jumper.
Didn't score that much and most probably conserving his energy for this.
For this one.
Ito, maganda ang shooting ng magkabila here in the early goings ng ating first period.
Patrick Pacheco knocking down his own version of a mid-range shot.
St. Roberts by 3. ATENEO de Davao right now. 3 won't go. Kanina dun sa ating 14 under. Nakuha ng St. Roberts yun, yung younger age group. And Kyle Sardon.
Couple of 3-pointers early. Ganda dun, hindi pa tumatama sa ring. Kumbaga, nakakalibrate talaga siya for his shots. Talking about Kyle Sardon.
There's got to be a lot of things going on in his mind right now. But the most important thing is to come up with a win.
John Sanoria, meantime, knocking down his mid-range J.
Battle for the loose ball. Pellegrino ends up with it. Spins, juices his left hand, and 1.
You knew that spin was coming. Di nga lang natin makikita. But eto, makikita yung mukha niya.
Ayun na naman yung game face.
Talagang itsura ni John pag sasaksak eh.
That game face, no doubt about it. He flashes that kind of an expression. You got to be ready for him.
Ganun yung itsura. Ibig sabihin, hindi niya ipapasa yun. He's gonna go straight to the cup. Ang kung si Jordan, merong dilang nakalawin. Ito may game face. Si John Peregrino.
And he completes a 3-point play. St. Roberts now just protecting a 2-point, or rather 1-point lead. And how about Kyle Sardon, no? Concentrating his offense first from the outside.
3-pointers like what we talked about. A bump on Bahinting against Patrick Pacheco.
lamang. Pacheco. Sardon. Attacking. Scoring!
A move right when you said it. He's concentrating his offense on the outside. This time he mixes it up, goes strong to the hole using his left with a finish.
Vary natin. Kumbaga parang he's telling everyone, okay, baka masanay kayo, no? I can also do this. And he's not afraid to go for that attack. As they have this 3-point lead. Pellegrino. Goodness gracious. I don't know what he eats for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't know how he takes care of his body. He's just a superb athlete sa age na ito. Here he is again with the basketball. Mr. Unstoppable.
10 points now for Kyle Sardon as he blows by the defense of John Pellegrino. Loving that move, letting out a howl. Kyle Sardon. Mr. Unstoppable, I believe, is a
understatement pa nga yan.
Could be Kyle Mr. Sensational Sardon.
We're still trying to find a very appropriate description for what he has been doing here. Because every time he gets to score, sari-sari yung galaw, complete, and gets us all in awe, amazed. Wala ka halos masabi.
Leaves you speechless. Talking about Kyle Sardon and the way he goes and attacks the hole and the way he lets go of those three-pointers without any hesitation whatsoever.
15-9, 4-minute mark ng ating first period. As Ateneo de Davao still trying to figure out what really hit them. Well, no need to figure it out that much. It's got a name, Kyle Sardon.
11 points here in the first for Kyle.
Well, ito naman, he's got his own thing too, para rin sa Ateneo de Davao.
6 points for John Pellegrino. 7 points now.
15-11. Para nga rin sa panig ng St. Roberts. Too much pressure. Pellegrino. As he bumps. Pero siguro, nagpaparamdam muna.
Pinapaalam niya na nandito, depensahan kita, hindi kita papabaya.
I'll give up a foul first. Yeah, pero you know I'm going to be tough with you. Kailangan eh.
If you score 11 points, you gotta play better defense.
Let's see what's going to happen sa offense dito. If it's not Sardon, there might be a chance the offense would come up empty.
And yung semifinal game nga nila, hinahanap natin sino yung tutulong sa kanya.
Ito naman, the talent-laden Ateneo de Davao, where anybody could help out just like that. Sardon. I think that's his first miss.
With the way he was going, I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
So Mr. Unstoppable could actually be stopped. All he gotta do is just play honest defense. Transition play. Whoa, that could have been something else. Gumagawa ng paraan. Itong si Rose. Among the thorns of the defense.
John Elijah slowing down with that diesel Pinoy step. Tried to finish with the left. Got a foul.
15-14. Interesting resumption of the action. 1-point lead para nga rito. Number 3 in the offing. Turned out to be an air ball rather. Kyle Sacdon. Now they're getting ready for him dito sa side ng Ateneo de Davao for defensive purposes. Hindi mo rin masabi, you have to stop Kyle Sacdon and you stop the whole thing. Di, kaya ni Sardon dalhin sila lahat.
No, but also there are other players that are going to be able to step up for St. Roberts. John Elijah, you've got there. You've got...
pero ang dating, parang chip-in lang.
Chip-in.
Diba? Siya pa rin ang magdadala. This is what I'm talking about. If it's not Kyle Sardon who's taking the shots, there might be a chance they won't be able to make a basket.
And you're gonna wait for them, or we're waiting for Ateneo de Davao to see if they're going to go and just deny that ball. Just play box and one on Kyle Sardon. Take him out of the offense.
Para rito nga sa Ateneo de Davao, they're just down by 1.
The block on Sardon on Luage.
Hindi na matindi kay Kyle Sardon. Hindi lang siya offensive.
Plays defense as well.
This could be some sort of a short relief for Ateneo de Davao because Kyle Sardon is going to be taking some rest. Is that going to be on the floor with just over a minute remaining here in the first quarter? Most probably he's going to be back later sa second period. As Ateneo de Davao finds themselves on top right now.
At elbow jumper from Aaron Bayanban, giving them the lead.
Ito rin kumbaga para naman sa St. Roberts, para lumabas naman yung laro ng iba kung wala si Kyle Sardon sa loob.
There you go, right on cue. We've got Jan Makadangdang. Makadagdag man lang.
Yeah, totoo
sa
yan.
Tulong ng puntos.
Ito na yun This is that moment. This is that game for the Xavier-Sucere Cup 2025 Rose. Pero there was that putback.
Sapuga doing a good trail job following his teammates on that transition offense.
Pwedeng back-to-back games pa itong mga players na minimension.
Yan, sila Puga,
Si Rose.
John Elijah, yep. I think si Sardon lang. Hindi.
Kaya nga
17, yep.
Joshua L is also playing. Second quarter na po tayo para dito sa ating championship game. Sa 18 under. So familiar with against each other, facing each other. A 3-point lead para sa St. Roberts. A 4-second shot clock na ginawa ng paraan ni John Elijah Rose.
You were wondering who's going to help out Kyle Sardon. I'm not surprised that it's going to be John Elijah who's going to step up again, as he did score 13 points like what I mentioned at the top of the broadcast.
If you think you're going to be playing 2 games, one after the other, mag-iisip ka kaya to conserve your energy.
Actually, that was what I wanted to ask Coach Robert. Diba? Paano niya ibabalance yun?
Diba?
You see John Elijah slicing and
Di ba
dicing
maubos
his
yan
way
mamaya?
inside.
May 16 under pa yan. Diba?
Parang feel ko, mas kailangan pa nga siya dun diba? Dahil ang makakalaban nila, defending champions.
Sa dami ng talented players itong St. Roberts. Sabi nga natin, 3 age group ang nilalaroin nila in the finals. Saka kuha na sila ng championship kanina dun sa ating 14 under. So eto nga yung 18 under. Still to come ang 16 under. Parang dinala niya ng bong ilog-ilog dito sa Maynila.
mahirap mag-chaperone ng gano'n. At bagay may mga magulang nga pala.
Yeah,
din
that's right.
dito.
And I would understand if they have this fantastic basketball program or even sports program dyan nga sa St. Roberts. Disiplinado naman ito mga bata. Ito lang siguro talaga kailangan nilang gawin. They came here to play basketball. They came here to win. They came here to play, to get a championship. So far, that's what we're seeing from them.
Pellegrino, full head of steam, got the contact, but no whistle. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch. Ateneo de Davao.
Rose against Bahinting. Rose penetrates. Can't get it to go down. Ball goes out. It stays para sa St. Roberts. Ito, lalabas muna si Payanpan.
All too familiar line, baseline inbound play of St. Robert. Sardon missing on that follow as he got the offensive rebound.
Two-point ball game here. Shot clock is down to 7. It's right there by Ateneo de Davao. They managed to get it back, letting it fly, and it goes in for Bahinting.
R. Bahinting straight in through, did not hesitate on that three-pointer as he was wide open for a bit.
Lamang Ateneo de Davao by 1. 7 minutes. Slashing move. Yun nga lang, I think no control. Good sa tira. That was the problem for Pacheco. And another basket here para sa Ateneo de Davao. And it's another three-pointer. Atid sa atin ang Laco Plastic. Tawag ng bebang halo-halo timeout muna rito ang St. Roberts. 2 big shots for Ateneo de Davao. St. Roberts coming off a timeout right now, finding themselves down by 4.
R. Bahinting with those back-to-back hits. Same spot, same result.
Pellegrino forcing a turnover sa St. Roberts. Pellegrino. Paterbonia is going to be called for the charge. Off-ball contact. Pellegrino was trying to make his way to put up a jumper. 25-21 Ateneo de Davao. Putting on some pressure sa inbound play pa lamang. Ito na ang atake naman para sa Panig. That's traveling.
Heruta was too deep underneath. Had to reposition himself. Ended up shuffling his feet. That's part of court awareness. You gotta know where you're at so that when you receive that pass, you can go and take your shot.
Nicely done that time around para sa St. Roberts.
Two-man game. Patrick Pacheco dropping it down to Makadangdang.
Bahinting. Baseline jumper coming up short. St. Roberts. Setting this one up. It's Pacheco. He fires long distance. Halfway down. Oh, wala na. Goodbye yun eh. Ang laki.
the long strides of Paterbonia. Great outlet pass by Sanoria.
First field goal para kay Rene Paterbonia. He's got 3 points in the ball game. He's also got 3 rebounds and 2 assists as well. Yun yung mga tipong, nalilitan ka ba sa akin? Heruta, nowhere to go. Ball will save for St. Roberts.
Challenging the defense of Paterbonia. Lost out on that one. Oh, that's the travel.
Another one of those.
That's a good adjustment. Sisikan, he knew that pick was coming from John Elijah. Rotated and helped out on that cut of Heruta.
Henting with a couple of 3-pointers right now. Of course, he orchestrates. Nice running shot right there. Para nga rito sa Ateneo de Davao.
At Sisikan, kinanahan dun sa kanyang defense. Pumped up for that shot.
Oh, that was challenged. Paterbonia challenging Sardon. Paterbonia.
That's a foul. Babae. It's Heruta trying to stop Rene Paterbonia underneath. That's a tough task. Tough task.
Trying to add up to his production here. 3 points.
Do you think the brother of Rene is gonna be taller than him? Pwede, di ba? Ang laki when we saw him kanina, 14 under.
Unahan sila. Pwede
Naman ganun eh, no? Wala namang masama kung
Konti lang eh, di ba? 14.
14, 17.
17, di ba? Actually, may problema dyan. Yung magulat, paano mo pakakainin yung lalaking mga bata na yan?
Bahala na daw yung school doon. Kaya na ng Ateneo de Davao yun sa canteen.
Asan na ba si Buffet?
Sakto-sakto.
Ateneo de Davao, feeling it right now. And this is what we're talking about. Everybody getting into the air. Sanoria naman.
Flight 21 taking off.
Helpless. Even Sardon could not stop him. And it's now a 10-point lead para sa Ateneo de Davao. Lately, they have been playing like this. Ano? Dati, bibigyan ka ng first half.
First
na
to
dikit.
third.
Pero ngayon, second quarter pa lang.
Bumibitaw
Gusto
sila.
na magbaybay ng Ateneo de Davao.
They start stepping on the gas. And it just goes to show you, basketball is it's a team sport. Kanina si Kyle Sardon, pumupukol siya. Okay, tumatama. Pero eventually, it's gonna die down and someone else needs to help out.
Those are challenge shots. Is he gonna go for it once again? Handoff inside. Ooh, it's taking some time. Tuloy lang, nasa Ateneo de Davao na. They have the numbers. Let's just go for more stats.
That's impressive from Sanoria. He missed that follow. Pero yung putback, siya pa rin.
Natatawa
Yung second jump.
Yung narinig ko reaction ng ibang nanonood.
Ay!
Ay! Oh.
Grabe.
Just like that, this is the largest lead in the ball game. Under 2 minutes here in the first half. Ateneo de Davao stamping its class during the first half. Laban dito sa familiar foe, the St. Roberts. transition. Pinaganda pa. Asan na ba? May nagkakamera dito sa harapan natin. Parang hinahanap pa ni Sardone eh. Kunan mo nga ito, ate.
Kyle Sardone with the hang time move, and you could hear it from his teammates. Kaya.
I know. Sabi nga si Sardone, you usually would want to get his teammates involved. Look at this. How young or how old is he? It depends on how you would describe him every time he makes a move like that. He can slash, he can take his shots from the outside, he could defend. The package, the complete package. And he is still young.
A lot of upside is what we would like to say for Kyle.
Marami pa, no? Marami pang makikita para dito kay Kyle. Here he is again.
The bump. Quintao. That's the only way you're gonna stop him. Foul him. Otherwise, he's gonna be able to get those buckets. Talking about Kyle Sardone. Holding onto his right hamstring or right thigh. Could be his, or is it his groin?
Pagka ikaw ba lang talagang yan, di ba?
Meron at meron din
Very
talagang
active.
bibigay eh.
Tao lang. Pero he doesn't show it at all, di ba? Game na game. Ito si Kyle Sardone. Nine-point advantage. It was 12 earlier. ATENEO de Davao, it all started with those two three-pointers nga. With this guy behind team. Baseline, malalim. Offensive rebound. And Cayetano seeing action here. Of course, specialty nga niya to shoot it from the outside, taking those three-pointers. Opportunity again to score here. Ako na lang. Just Pellegrino.
Pulling up for that mid-range shot was Pellegrino. Casual na casual eh. Tinitignan niya, ano ba mangyayari? Walang nag-react.
At saka he's got so much trust dun sa kanyang mga teammates. But just in case he missed. Games, this is one of them. Nakalahati na ang nairaos. And lamang itong ATENEO de Davao. Double figures. Rene Baterbonia. Kagulo-gulo yung kanyang hakbang. Missteps resulting in a turnover.
During that first half, early on, we saw Kyle Sardone waxing hot, carrying the fight for the side of Coach John in St. Robert's International College. But as what we always mention, basketball is a team sport. One man cannot do it on his own. You need to have some help, and that's very evident for the side of St. Robert's, as Kyle Sardone with 16 points and his teammates tigda-dalawa lang. You have Puga, Makadangdang, both with just 2 points, habang on the other end naman Sanoria with 11, John Pellegrino with 9, RR Bahinting with 6. So you see collective effort for ATENEO de Davao to try and get the championship.
Okay, binabanggit mo Sardone, tapos yung mga kasunod niya, puro 2 points lang. It happened also yesterday. All he needed was somebody to more than 2. Gawin mo lang more than 2. And they came up with a win, and that's why they're here.
Again, that game.
Si Rose ang gumawa doon, tumulong sa kanya.
John Elijah Rose, we talked about it, 13 points in that game.
Here he is with the basketball. Hindi tumama. Anyway, bola na. ATENEO.
bit out of control for Rene Baterbonia as he had to do a series of moves to get that shot off.
But it was that kind of a move ni Baterbonia, parang inaasahan ng St. Roberts sana yung walang makasabay eh. Walang makasabay eh. Ang laki eh.
At dalawa pa nga yun. Dalawa yung iniwasan ni Rene dun. Just the skill level, as you see, he's still able to go and put up a shot. Talking about Baterbonia for ATENEO de Davao.
Still a work in progress, of course. Ito si Rene Baterbonia. Parang if you can only say, watch out for him next year.
A couple of years. And again, remember, this is just a 17-year-old. Talking about Rene Baterbonia. And the players na dala ni Coach Jess dito from ATENEO de Davao are just 17 years old.
$37-26 lamang pa rin itong ATENEO de Davao. One second to shot clock. What can you do with 1 second? Was there going to give it a try? Inabot. Of course, anticipation of a shot like that. Sanoria was right there.
John Sanoria. Defensive awareness off the chart. Getting that block.
Any of these two teams still have yet to score here in the second half. An air ball. They're going to call a foul here against St. Roberts. This one against Puga. Cayetano. Bahenting. Baterbonia lost it. Quick hands in the part of ATENEO de Davao. Pellegrino can't drop that shot. What action. Is Kyle Sardon okay? As soon as he made a spin, he lost the basketball. He goes down.
Yeah. He was holding on to his right arm. Naitukod yata niya dun sa pag-spin, sa pag-laglag. But RJ Doromidia,
papalitan mo na siya. Slow to get up it. Yun lang naman, parang it's St. Roberts. A lot of people would most probably say kung hindi 100% yung Sardon, I mean, say goodbye to your chances of winning the championship.
Would be tough.
Grabe. I love that two-man play. They were able to execute.
Pellegrino and Sanoria connecting on that one.
Usually, a lot of the mga two-man play na ganun, hindi na makikita yan eh, ni Sanoria eh. Dahil iba na naman yung game face ni Pellegrino. Pero sabi niya, baka sakaling ipasa pa rin eh.
Maganda right yung pwesto niya. Diba? Ginandahan niya yung pwesto niya. Yun, nabigyan siya ni John Pellegrino.
No need to hurry. They're up 13. Halfway here in the third period. With no Kyle Sardon para sa St. Roberts. Baterbonia lost his footing. Called for traveling.
Another traveling violation on Rene. Only gotten called, but at least twice already for those violations. Talking about those traveling violations. He's got 3 turnovers.
Checo Heruta comes back into the game here. St. Roberts executing their offense. tentative. Mayroon mga sayang na pagkakataon. Hindi ka man lang nakatira.
Aldamag. Nakapasok pa lang. He was the best player of the game. Kanilang semi-final matchup against DN Steel, knocking down a couple of three-pointers.
Zaponia, Pellegrino.
Overshoots on that move.
That's the only thing they can hope for. Walang makasabay.
Tsaka iwan eh. Nakita mo, iwan talaga.
Pag ng galaw. Me too. I was also surprised that he missed that shot.
Finished by Sisikan of that turnover.
Pulling away right now with their largest. Up 15, 41-26. 3.5 to play, but it's just the third quarter. And we know what has been happening every time Kyle Santon is not on the floor. Talagang able to capitalize on that kind of a situation. Ito ng mga ATENEO de Davao. 41-28, they continue to have the lead here in this ball game. St. Roberts, mamaya naman sa 16 under, and this time laban sa Xavier School. Yung 16 underage group ng Xavier, sila na lang ang remaining survivor. It's gonna be playing in the finals. Kita mo nga, di ba? Ganun katindi yung competition. Even this is your home court, you cannot be too sure.
They had to defend their home court, talking about Xavier School.
Is it beginning to click right now? Is somebody stepping up in the absence of Kyle Sandon for St. Roberts?
Patrick Pacheco with a corner three.
Deficit cut down to 10. And there's still more than 2 minutes. Damang gonna miss. Damang trying to get it back. Last touch, St. Roberts. And this is a Laco Plastic three-point shot of the game. Help is on its way for St. Roberts.
Something that they need badly in this game, as Kyle Sardon with 16 points. The next is Patrick Pacheco with 4. Pompo's gonna get called for that foul, moving pick.
Anything is most welcome for St. Roberts as long as ATENEO de Davao cannot make a basket. Under 2 minutes. Deficit is 10. Rose. Si Rose, gun-shy siya ngayon dito, ah.
Sinisave to the 16 under, diba?
Kumulong ka muna dito. Oh, yun.
Inaano daw natin siya kagad.
I'm not gun-shy.
Yeah,
I'm a shy gunner.
Here I go. Giving you a couple of points on that drive was John Elijah.
Bumaba sa 8. Inakapol ng St. Roberts. ATENEO de Davao. Approaching the final minute of this game. Bahinting. Offensive rebound. Baterbonia.
In traffic.
Oh, tatlo. Baterbonia tried to tap the ball, and that's going to be a foul. Nobody yet in penalty, pero of course that's a frustration foul on Rene Baterbonia.
He wanted to get that ball back because he missed his attempt underneath. Minsan-minsan na nga lang makakuha sa ilalim ng ganun. Wala pang mangyayari. Napayungan eh.
Mid-range did not go. And here comes ATENEO de Davao. John Pellegrino. Sabi niya, teka muna, parang ang tagal ko na rin tahimik. He's willing to share the basketball. That's the thing about him. He realized that tagal ko na rin tahimik.
That was too easy. One up fake, didn't bite. Went up strong.
Let's get this going once again. There's so many weapons here para sa panig ng ATENEO de Davao. Pellegrino already in double figures. 43-33 and back in double figures. Ito ang lamang ng ATENEO de Davao. Championship game. But of course, walang tricks, all creeks. Kaya wala naman nakamask sa amin.
Face mask lang daw.
(43-33). We're down to the final 10 minutes of this ball game. There are just those kind of situations sometimes. Paulit-ulit, mastery of one team against the other. How many times have they met? Hindi lang po dito, itong dalawang teams na ito. They really know each other well. Pero itong ATENEO de Davao, never would they admit that this has turned out to be so easy. Because alam naman nila yung kalidad din ng kanilang kalaban. And ready to check in at the next dead ball situation. Who else but Kyle Sabton? Siguro konting pahinga lang no? Kailangan din niya kumuha ng konting buwelo. He fell down in the last sequence that he was on the floor as soon as he made a spin. Sabi mo nga, nakahawak na sa kanyang braso.
Braso, that's right. Nikolai Gatong with a three-pointer.
Ito rin, mamaya lalaro pa siya. And Laco Plastic three-point shot of the game. Dito na nga kaya ako muna mag-warm up.
Warm up. Try to get my touch. Try to get a feel for the game.
For later,
For later, exactly.
For the 16 under naman yun. Sorry mga, yung load management, that's the way he wants to play. Ito naman si Rene Batarbone.
Saka yung ganong kalalim, tapos yung pag-angat niya na ganon. Either you foul him or just let him have that 2 points.
Pero parang sayang yung effort is just too much. Too good, too big. Especially pag he's that close to the basket.
Too strong too. Yeah, Rene Batarbone.
Medyo naaliw masyado naman yung
Sa pasahan. Pahinting.
Pwede
to Pellegrino, and then to Batarbone. They want to get Rene involved. Para ganahan din siguro.
Bagay.
Hindi mo naman masisisi yung mga kampo mo para ganahan.
Try to keep your players in shape. I don't know, baka mamaya pagbalik dito sa Davao, may lalaruan na naman. Ganun ba yun?
Baka may panalay.
Natin, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, even pa yung mga connected islands. Every time you play basketball, it's like everything just stopped. Everybody wants to see the action, how it unfolds. 46-36, under 7 minutes here in this ball game. Pasa pala yun.
Assist to Rene Batarbone.
Double figures. Who would have thought that only Rene Batarbone was able to. If there's anything that needs to be done here para sa St. Roberts to make a momentous comeback, it has to be now. And Batarbone is getting himself going. Siyempre, di ba, hard to stop. He's big. He knows his thing. It's taking some time here para sa St. Roberts. Kyle Sardon, that's what I was talking about. Ito na. Rene Batambonia.
Pass was too strong, but Puga was there as well to try and stop him if in case he gets a hold of that.
Yung ating FD si Malik. Bantayan mo nga yung cameraman natin. Baka madagan na.
Kahapon, ang bilis ni Malik.
Yeah.
Ingatan yung mga box. Lalagyan na ng ating equipment.
Rose. Nako, ang daming dribble nun. Tapik ng bola. Rose, pinakailaman yung play. Si Sikan, sabi niya, tinumahan ako sa kamay, ref ah.
Not giving up on that play was John Elijah. Almost was able to save that ball pero nakaapak siya sa baseline, sabi ng ating official.
Well, at least he was able to break up the play.
So, napigilan yung transition.
Baterbonia, this is what I was talking about. All of the plays right now nitong Ateneo de Davao revolves dito kay Rene Baterbonia.
They're going through Rene, trying to get him going in today's game. 8 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists.
Panira na, pinapasa pa sa kanya, hindi na-drop pa sa kanya sa ilalim.
Yung tira ni Pellegrino na nakuha niya. Assist yun.
Yun nga yun eh.
Yun.
That was really an intended pass. If you're going to ask them, huh?
Yep. Pero paano yun, no? Assist ba yung kay Pellegrino o sayang naman yung rebound ni Baterbonia?
Sa pa yun.
Yun.
Diba? Well, we're just here to cover and sabi nga nila, just take a look at what's happening. Say it like it's supposed to be. What you can see is what you can describe. (49-36). Some of the players here sa Sanoria. Hindi ko pa nakadunk ha, bata.
Last day na, finals na. Isa naman dyan.
Special request. Halfway here in the fourth. 13-point. Kanina na ibaba na to 7. Ito pa isang hinihintay. Matt Cayetano with a 3.
First one of its kind for Matt.
In this
First three-pointer, yep.
Stretches the lead to 16 right now with 4 minutes and 25. Second serving. Para dito sa panig nga ng St. Roberts.
Baterbonia. Hobbling. I wonder what happened.
Pwede rin kasi sa kanya nga lagi yung play. Medyo napagod na rin. Minsan ayaw mo naman pakita. There are some players na ayaw magsabi sa coach, Coach,
Pagod na ako.
Coach, may masakit. That's a better way of saying it, di ba? Coach, may masakit.
May masakit. Instead of pagod, hindi magalit ang coach sa'yo.
Pagpag ko lang ng konti, Coach.
Pag sabihin mong pagod ka pala. O pag uwi, ano ka, conditioning, tumakbo ka lang ng tumakbo. Wala ka po ng scrimmage.
Coach, 1 minute pala naglalaro.
Pagbigyan natin.
And that's what you call teamwork.
May assist.
I mean, you could most probably hear some of the mga anecdotes, di ba? Yung mga players, yung mga nasa bench. Sumisigaw, lalo na kung lamang na sila. Coach! Si Rene Baterbonia, pagod na, Coach. Oh.
Para mabigyan ka ng chance makapasok.
He's hobbling, coach. What do you want?
Maybe it's time to give him a rest. Look at the bigger picture.
Yes.
Batukan ka ng
That's
coach siguro.
it.
May bigger picture kapag nalalaman dyan.
Naglalambing lang naman sa coach. Yun yung mga minsan sinasabi nga. Lalo na ganito, may live stream coverage. Championship, alam mong maraming nakatutok.
Yes.
Diba? So you let the others have their day in the sun, so to speak. Pero ito nga, they own this ball game already. Repompo is trying to get some more stats for himself. They're up 14, 2 minutes and 45. Wala na, iba na rin yung body language ng St. Roberts.
Deflated. Is pretty much what it is.
Kyle Santon actually started it well. Playing a simple basketball. There is no I in team.
Kahit nasabihin ni Sardon, but there is ME. Di ba? Hindi pa rin talaga eh. At some point, this squad of Coach Jess, itong Ateneo de Davao, mag-a-adjust yan. Hindi naman, they know what they need to do. If one player is waxing hot, they're gonna be able to make the necessary adjustment.
So
to check
Toronelia
that.
with a drive here. But you made mention about looking at the bigger picture. There's still some of the players here ng St. Roberts who's going to be seeing action dun sa 16 under, which is going to be next. Xavier St. Roberts sa 16 under. Finals din yun. And we only have less than 2 minutes to play here in this ball game. It's going to be another repeat here for Ateneo de Davao against St. Roberts.
Xavier team 16 under, the defending champs.
Yun ang defending champs, kaya nga everybody's so excited, lalo na syempre home court. Sila na nga lang yun natin kaya to defend home court. St. Roberts, no pushover. There might be some changes of the cast for the next game for St. Roberts, but you'll also be seeing some who have played here. They might not be able to start, pero alam mo, along the way, during that ball game later on, they will be appearing. At least sila nakapag-warm up.
Hindi na masyadong kailangan papawis kasi papawis na sila dito. Hindi lang natin makikita nga doon si Kyle, si Sardon.
Kaya
Kyle Sardon.
Even this
Patrick
guy,
Pacheco, wala
even this guy is shooting free throws.
Yeah,
He
si
might
Puga.
show up later, di ba? Mas nauna ko pa nga siya nakita dun sa 16 under kaysa dito sa 18 eh.
Mas napansin mo siya doon.
Yeah, that's right. Angat-angat kasi siya rin somehow. Remember in the last game, parang paterball siya.
Siya naman yung paterball niya doon.
Seconds ticking away. This is already ball game. Kanina pa actually ito eh. It has already been considered done. And a win para sa Ateneo de Davao.
Sisikan with that attempt on the three. Able to get that to connect. But I think they're just gonna let the time run out. So they tried.
Yeah, the familiarity.
Definitely tried.
Susubok naman talaga eh.